All right. Let me
What's
just
up,
put.
everybody? It is the Best Bot Kid Smooth, and we're back with another one of those Best Bot theory discussions. And today we're gonna talk a little bit about the quite a few announcements that took place today with the Xbox Series X news, Project X Cloud and its release, and Phil Spencer's kind of take on that, and the discontinuation of the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S. And honestly, what prompted me to do this would have been probably a 6 or 7 minute video. Dre, you asked me a question on Twitter, and I was like, I'll just do a freaking video
Mhm.
on this and whatnot. But I figured, why not just have you there? You might have some questions. I want to know your insights and thoughts because a lot of people have a lot of opinions, and me and you have um, opinions that differ and
Mhm.
on the stuff that Xbox and Phil Spencer have been take and how they've been treating next generation and all this stuff. So let's get into it. The first thing is Xbox Project X Cloud being an extension to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. What is your take on that?
I like it. So was it a? Did you have to like pay for that separately, like Xbox Go and X Cloud?
Well,
Was
X
those?
X Cloud never had a price because it was in beta this entire time, so it was definitely a
Uh,
free access. Xbox Live Gold, well, you nowadays before you paid for Xbox Live Gold and then you paid for Game Pass, and now Game Pass, then they created Game Pass Ultimate, which gave
mhm.
you gold with Game Pass, so you don't have to. You just pay one price for them both,
Mhm.
and now XCloud is being added to the equation. So the thing is, while XCloud was in beta, the thought was that how would XCloud work? Will it be like just an extension to your games, or will there be a separate subscription service for XCloud alone? And because people were thinking about Stadia and all the other
Mhm.
services, so I was under the belief because Game Pass already existed
Right.
that it was just going to be a part of like Game Pass. It's just going to be this is how they're going to take Game Pass mobile.
Right.
You got your console, you got your PC, and then you got to on your tablet and your phones, and that's exactly what it is. It's no extra cost for Game Pass. Like it's not a separate service fee or anything. It's a part of Game Pass Ultimate. Now, basic Game Pass doesn't come with XCloud, but Game Pass Ultimate.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think that's dope. That they did include it in there. I think everybody likes saving money,
Mm-hmm.
so for them to include it in there, I think it's dope. I do think it's kind of funny that everybody's praising this X Cloud, but
Mm-hmm.
of course Google Stadia got all this slander,
Yeah.
and
Well,
but
the thing is
eh,
about Stadia is that remember Stadia was brought to us as this replacement of your console. Like get rid of the box. That was their
right,
mantra. It's like, oh, we can do this with a click of a button. It was a direct shot at the traditional platform, the Nintendos, the PlayStations, and the Xbox.
hmm
So and that's why, and then Stadia, obviously, it being streaming only. There's a lot of questions about that. Like Google could shut Stadia down at any point if it fails.
right, true.
The thing about xCloud and what Microsoft had kept pushing is that they're not looking to replace the console. It's an extension of your services. Even when before they announced it merging with Game Pass, they just kept saying it's an extension of what you're currently doing. Because in beta, you had access to your current library. There's a free library that the xCloud beta provided you with, and then there
hmm
was your actual console. Like you could switch to stream your console, and whatever you downloaded on your Xbox is on the stream. So it was just more so of just taking your account with you on a go.
Okay, that's
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 pretty
dope.
much how it was. So it was never this threat that, oh my god, Xbox is gonna have like this other platform that has nothing to do with like Xbox. It was always an extension of your account. Like you log in, you're either gonna play your games on a phone via cloud, or you're gonna play it on your console, or you're gonna play it on your PC with your same account. That one account is your access to
hmm
Xbox. So yeah, Stadia got heat because of its stance. It didn't have a backup plan, and the fact that it's cloud only. It I don't know. It's like it was a risk. Whereas Xbox, they have Xbox to fall on.
Yeah,
Like they
right,
don't
right.
have to worry about selling XCloud because they're expecting their existing customers to just adapt it. with their Xbox Live account. So the more Game Pass customers they get, the more cloud customers they'll get just by default because they have access to it.
Yeah, that's dope. I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, nothing really to say about that. That's pretty cool.
But yeah,
Pretty
so
cool.
that's taking place in September. It becomes available for everyone. I'm waiting for the iOS support. I currently use xCloud on my Samsung tablet. I've been in the beta for quite a while. So that's cool. It won't be called xCloud there. I think the official name is probably just going to be called Game Pass.
And it does xCloud, like, you get to play all the multiplayer, or is it like just like, let's say, single player games?
No,
like
it's whatever games in Game Pass.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right,
right now, there's a whole ton of games on there now. If I was to, when I open the app, it's just a lot of the games that's already in Game Pass is on xCloud. So like Bleeding Edge and all that other stuff is on there. Halo's on there. I'm trying to think of a major third-party game like sports game, or if Call of Duty's in there. I don't think Call of Duty's in there, but if you opt to stream your console games, like any game you own is streamable. So that's how we're. If you're going exclusively from the xCloud, it's select games, but if you opt to do your console, it's all your games you've purchased that on there. And the other thing with that, they boasted about them, bringing everything along with Xbox, with the Xbox Series X. Everything plays best on Xbox Series X. Bring your games compatibility and also the support for your current gen consoles. They're telling you that they're not going
for 2 years. For 2 years,
they're not going to force you to upgrade. Now, is that where your question?
They will after 2 years.
Well, no, not necessarily.
Well, they're going to stop making exclusives compatible, right, with Xbox One.
They're not technically still not making you upgrade.
You're not going to
think about it. So, all right, the floor is yours.
Okay, and I think that's the issue that I'm having, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you say that all exclusives will be forwards and backwards compatible, right? Mm-hmm. But then you come out with this article. Okay, well, after 2 years, maybe Xbox One won't be able to play these next gen games, right? Now, as a casual consumer, 2 years is a long time for you to then just cut me off of all these Xbox exclusives. Granted, they're developed for next gen, but you're saying that Xbox One family can play these games as well. So I think that is going to be like very confusing for people who aren't looking to upgrade, because they're coming out and saying that you don't need to.
Yeah,
for 2 years.
Upgrade right away, yeah. Because think about it. When did you buy, like, you've been on Xbox or PlayStation for your, like, what is your, like, do you, like, when did you buy 360?
Shit, I didn't. 2014 was when I bought a 360.
2014. So you bought it during the Xbox One generation.
Yeah.
And what you were playing all 360 games, and there wasn't that many cross-gen games like at that time. Like in 2013, 2014, I think 2015 was like the last of the cross-gen games, which falls right. Xbox One came out in 2013. You bought an Xbox 360 in 2014. I'm assuming you bought it used.
Yeah.
But if you stuck with it, that means you got Tomb Raider in 2015, Rise of the Tomb Raider. You got Forza Horizon 2 in 2014. You got Titanfall in 2014 as well. For the 360.
Yeah, but they weren't advertising Xbox One games to play on Xbox 360.
No, but they were cross-generation games.
Some were.
Not all of them, but that was still a period. And then if you think about it, majority, the third-party stretch was heavy. Your Madden, you still had access to your Maddens, your 2Ks, and your Call of Duties, right?
Right.
For that.
Okay, let's exclude third party.
Okay.
And just focus on first party.
Okay.
Because that's what their message is that first party
because they can't control how long third party supports last generation. But
right.
Think about it this way, right? Because it's as of you got to think about it. The Xbox One X came out in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
The Xbox One Sad Edition came out in last April.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that's been in, I mean, and people are still buying Xbox consoles up until now, right? Because until they fully are completely out of stock, they have to make sure that the people that bought an Xbox One X in 2017, the people that bought an Xbox One Sad in 2019, that their investment is protected. So,
yeah, but then there's those people who bought an Xbox One in 2013.
Okay, so those are the ones who moved up already. You got to think they're gonna move up already.
Yeah, but not all of them have a S or X. You know, so if one is still using a base Xbox One and they're expecting to play these next generation games on it, you know, after 2 years,
that's a long
you
time.
know, I mean, that is a long time, but
if you're assuming that these people who got the base Xbox One, which they discontinued a long time ago, like you can't even buy a base VCR Xbox One. That's been discontinued. True. So if that means they got it, and within the first year of the Xbox life cycle, like the first 2 years of the Xbox life cycle, they got the base Xbox One. So that means they had it for a hot minute. Like so at that point, they're going on 2 years. They would be going on like 10 years with that box.
Yeah, but then maybe they could be thinking about going to the One X instead of the Series X.
No.
Why not?
Because they can get the One X, but at that point, it wouldn't make any sense because it's still an Xbox One. The Xbox One X and the Xbox One is still an Xbox One. They're just one's has more GPU juice.
More powerful.
It doesn't. They don't play separate games. They play the same exact games. So it's essentially still. It wouldn't make sense for that person to get an Xbox One X 2 years from now. One they'll have to buy it used because it won't be available. They already announced that it's being discontinued. Right.
Which is a good reason to buy it. Which is a good reason to buy it because it'll be cheaper.
It'll be cheaper. Okay, cool. But the thing is that it would, like at this point, you're not going to upgrade from an Xbox One to an Xbox One during a generational change. So everybody who has a base Xbox One, they would be going on. Let's say if they took advantage of this cross-generational support, they would have then had an Xbox One for 10 years or almost 10 years. For people who bought the Xbox One X and the Xbox One Sad, let's say the 2017, you're looking at right now, they got 2 years untouched that they're going to be fine. 2 years. So that means that's not counting the years they already had it. So that's 5 years. That's 5 years with the Xbox One X and maybe 4 years with the Sad, right? So that's still a decent amount of time. And then on top of that, right? You said on top of that, think about it. It's not. They're still going to have access to their games. They're still going to be able to access Game Pass and stuff like that. It just at some point in 2022 or some shit like that, some games going to be beastly that just is not compatible with the Xbox. Now at that point, they still are not forced to buy an Xbox Series X to access that game. They have two other options. They can either buy an Xbox Series X or buy a cheaper Lockhart. They could play that game on their PC if they have one, or use xCloud for their mobile phone because the xCloud is going to get the next generation games because xCloud gets upgraded with Xbox Series X specs next year.
Yeah, but they don't want to use xCloud though because they're console gamers. I mean, let's say hypothetically they don't want
the average dude. Like, so think about it. All right, so you had when did you get an X? Do you got an Xbox One?
Yeah, I do.
When did you get it?
Shit, when did I get that thing? I want to say last year. I got a Xbox One S.
You got so you got the Xbox One S and you got it last year. The one that they're not discontinuing.
Right.
What's the argument?
In 2 years, I won't be able to play those next generation games that supposedly, you know.
How long? I mean, all right. Do you got
a PlayStation?
Do you have a PlayStation?
Right. Yeah.
You have a PlayStation 4.
Right.
All right.
Yes.
So, and when do you expect to upgrade to the PS5?
Oh, that's going out the window. So that motherfucker pre-order.
So your thing stops immediately.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When the new consoles. See, that's what I'm not talking about me. So like when the new consoles come out, I'm done with the old consoles. But like say somebody just got a One X right this year, got a One X right. Feelings talking about. Don't worry. For 2 years, you get to play these next gen games. But then after 2 years, you won't be able to play these next gen games.
I think
Wait. For that person who just bought it this year,
Yeah.
2 years is not a long time.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. Because this whole generation, this was a 7-year generation.
A generation where they said Xbox has no games.
I mean, okay, cool.
Think about,
All right,
so for anybody who's getting an Xbox this year, remember, there's a lot of people that got an Xbox this year and a PlayStation last year. Come on, you know all those people that flip flop that just got these consoles. Now you got to think about it. If they waited all these years to get into the this generation, that's how long it's going to take them to get into the next generation. So they're never really going to be impacted. If you think about it, like.
Yeah, they will until they upgrade.
No, they're not going to be impacted because they're playing games that already exist on that platform. Think about it. When your friend, let's say you just got a friend that just bought a PlayStation like last month, right? Mm-hmm. He's not buying a PlayStation 4 because of the games he saw on like the PS5 thing. He's buying it for the games they missed. So he has already a backlog of the God of Wars, the Last of Us, Bloodborne. They got a backlog of games that he can experience, and that can keep him busy for 2 years until he's ready to upgrade to the PS5. Now
but hold up. But listen, hold up. PlayStation isn't doing the
but that's not stopping people from buying their console this year.
Right. But somebody who bought an X this year and who has listened to Phil Spencer saying that games that will be on next gen will be on Xbox One, they're sitting there, thinking that the new games are going to come to Xbox One, where PlayStation is like, nah, fuck all that. We moving on. PlayStation 4 is PlayStation 4, but PS5 is PS5, and there's no in between.
There's not like the way you're looking at it is just kind of it's false, because if somebody's buying the Xbox One now, they don't know who Phil Spencer is. I'm just sorry. They don't know. A person buying an Xbox One today don't know who Phil Spencer is.
Which makes it even worse, though. If you say like that,
because if you think about it, if you put two customers that's buying a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One in the same predicament today, buying two different consoles, they're both in the same predicament, right? They're buying them late in the generation. One's going to stop support, like legit stop support. The other just has a guarantee that he's going to get games, like new games, for the next 2 years. They don't know that, but they're just going to see it available in their store, or they'll be able to go to the store. Oh, new Halo. Oh, new Forza. They can buy it or they can download it from Game Pass. It's just going to be there, right? And then obviously they're going to see the new box out there and stuff like that, and then they'll end up growing into their natural progression. But the person that buys a PlayStation 4 today versus the Xbox is buying, somebody is buying an Xbox One today, is not in any better shoes. Especially because you got to think about it. Why would it be hurtful for the person buying the Xbox One today, even knowing that they're not going to get any more games as of 2022, right? They're not going to get no more new games as of 2022, knowing that, where the person that's buying a PS4 today not know that. He's just relying on the games that they already released, and then whatever releases after that, and when it stops out, it stops. This person that buys an Xbox has not, they probably don't, but there's a security blanket that lets them know, if they want to ask around, that they have 2 years of new games from Xbox, plus whatever is in Game Pass, if they got a backlog, they want a library that they want to go back and try to experience before they move on to the Xbox, they have that opportunity to do so. I don't think the messaging that, after 2 years is a problem, because one, this is what they did. This is more so a promise to the existing Xbox user, because we have those Xboxes. I have my Xbox One X, you have an Xbox One S, we have them. A new person buying an Xbox today, sure, they could buy an Xbox One S for fairly cheap or whatever, and be fine 2 years. It's probably gonna last them 2 years. And then but all this incentive does is it allows us not to rush to upgrade, the casual gamer to rush to upgrade. That's all it does. Like, I don't think this is more, because you got to think about it, somebody looking for an Xbox One today is not going to be able to buy, especially this fall. Their goal isn't to sell you an Xbox One. That's not their goal. If you're an
Right.
Xbox One customer, they're telling you, hey, you don't have to rush to go get one. But if you're in a market for an Xbox this fall, they're not trying to sell you an Xbox One. They want to sell you a Lockhart or an Xbox Series X. And given where prices is going to be at, the Lockhart is supposed to be at a price where you can get an Xbox One S right now. So it's already going to be affordable at this point. So I think new customer, it wouldn't make sense to do so, but this incentive is a promise to the existing Xbox customers.
But what about the new customer though? Okay, let's use your scenario, right?
Yeah.
Person doesn't know Phil Spencer, right? Doesn't know what he said about the 2 years and whatnot. Okay, he gets his Xbox One. Mm-hmm. For 2 years, he's playing all these new games that all the Xboxes are getting. He's playing these new games, right? Then it gets cut off.
Okay, what does that look like?
Hold on, wait. But like I said, 2 years isn't a long time for somebody who just bought a console. So he's playing these new games, gets cut off while he's not ready to upgrade, and so now he's pissed. Like, yo, what's going on?
I don't, cause you gotta think about it. Like, how late have you bought a 360 after its generation, Dre? That's a 360 after the generation ended. Why?
Yeah, but I'm different though. Don't worry about that. That's me.
Not everybody. Anybody, I don't see the person that's buying an Xbox One this year is not a hardcore gamer. Anybody buying an Xbox One now isn't the person that's going to be worried. Oh, why did Microsoft, the first party team, stop producing content for my Xbox? I don't. You got to think about the mindset. You got to think of this is probably a mom at this point buying an Xbox for somebody. Because you got to think, let's say they bring the Xbox home and they give them Game Pass. They open up Game Pass. There's just a bunch of games in there. They can play whatever they want. So there's not going to be like, oh, this is new, this is old. Oh, when's this new game? The game is just going to be up. It's just going to be updated like that. Like, so I don't think there's going to be like
hold up. Then they see that new Halo coming out in 2023, thinking they can play it, but it won't work.
Well, at that point though, you got to think about it. At this point, there's no shelf space for Xbox One's period at this point. There's only going to be Xbox Series X and Xbox Live. It's going to the PS5 and the Xbox, the new version of Xbox will be the standard at this point.
So why mirror the generations then? Why not just do a traditional generation?
Here's the thing. Why cut it off if you don't have to?
Because of the confusion.
No, it's not. Why would it confuse anybody? You're telling me you saying the person that's buying a PlayStation 4 this year is in better shape than the person buying an Xbox One who has guaranteed support for 2 years.
No, well, okay, the person buying the PS4 this year knows what they're getting into.
But the Xbox person doesn't.
Hold on, and the fact that once they upgrade, then that's it for the PS4. Like when these new games come out for the PS5, they're not running on the PS4. But then you have this new Xbox consumer who's been playing these new games for two to 3 years. Then it just gets cut off, and now he's pissed. Because listen, I know I would be if I just got a new Xbox One X.
Just to give you a heads up, you know what that looks like. The Xbox is not just going to just shut off and you just have no access to nothing. It's going to stop. They're just not going to get new games. It's just going to stop. Right. That happens all the time. They got a surety. Everybody existing, because you got to think about it. This is one. I'm not expecting. They already discontinued the Xbox One Sat and the Xbox One X, right? Those already discontinued, right? Mm-hmm. This is for the existing Xbox users, for us who maybe not ready to buy an Xbox Series X this year. It wouldn't make sense. Like, the game, it's not going to stop. Remember, the person buying an Xbox One today is not me or you. They just want something to play. Hell, they might buy it just to play Fortnite. Who says they're going to even play the games that Xbox put out?
I understand. I understand that, but I don't think that you're dismissing the new customer.
Because there's none. They discontinued the primary boxes.
Yeah, but there are going to be
Yeah, people are gonna buy, but that happens.
there are going to be tons of people who buy a new
You
Xbox One
bought an
X
Xbox 360 in 2014. Why weren't you mad when they stopped selling them?
because
When they
I
stopped.
knew, I knew because of a traditional generation.
So you saying it's problematic that they're gonna support the Xbox One for 2 years versus the shutting it off.
It's I don't want to say it's not problematic. I
But
just
why is
think
it more confusing that they're supporting it than not?
I guess I'm just looking at it as a new user, and like you said, somebody who doesn't keep up with the industry, right? If I'm buying a new One X, okay, whatever, I get it for cheap, use whatever, it's discontinued, but who cares about that? So if I'm buying a new One X, right,
Mhm.
and for 2 years I'm playing these new games, and then it just gets cut off, and I have to upgrade when I wasn't ready to upgrade.
You,
I think just do a
the thing is, you
traditional.
did this already. You did it. You bought a 360 in 2014. You did this already. You experienced it. Knowing, I'm assuming, were you it had the same game mind state that you do now back then?
No, no.
So you were casual back then.
Yeah, I was casual
So
back
you
then.
did it as a casual. Bought a 360 a generation behind.
But I knew what the Xbox One was and what the Xbox 360 was.
So, but
You know,
why is
and again, hold on, and again, there was no blurring of the two generations. I knew with me buying the 360, I knew that I was only going to be playing 360 games. And when I moved over to the Xbox One, but
the people are playing? They're going to be playing Xbox One games. They're not playing Xbox Series X games. They're playing Xbox One games. They're just those games are just going to be they're just going to be available
come
for
on.
both. It's just like when why is that like how is that confusing?
It's
Because you're it's unfair because when you bought a 360, you were very casual. You think no hardcore gamer is buying an Xbox One in 2020 unless they're doing it for collectors purposes.
true.
No hardcore gamers buying an Xbox One in 2020 to be like, oh, this is my primary. That's why the people you do see buying the Xbox Ones, the YouTubers and stuff like that, they're doing it just because they're trying to prepare themselves for the Xbox Series X and stuff. And like Neo Game did it for to see what they missed out on. This other dude that did it, but casual gamers are not going to have those same questions. They're not going to be like, oh, they stopped supporting my box. This is a gradual thing. Games are going to be coming out. Games is going to be available, and it's not like stop game. It's not like the thing just shuts off and it's going to stop working.
Yeah, but they're not going to be like okay. If I'm a casual gamer, right, and I'm like we've been going back and forth. I've done it with the 360, but knowing that it's not going to be able to play the new Xbox One games, right? If I'm again, if I'm buying an Xbox this year, and for 2 years I've been playing these games that the Xbox Series X has been playing, and then all of a sudden I don't get to play those games anymore.
No. See, that's where you're
Like,
wrong. You said all of a sudden you
the,
don't get to play those
the
games.
new games,
You're gonna
that
have a
can't
handful of
utilize.
games. It's not all of it. So it's not like a stop. It's not like you're gonna see this person's gonna see like this stop. They're just gonna see what happened is they're gonna see a commercial or a trailer or a video for a game, and they're gonna be notified. Oh, this game is for. Oh, I have to have the Xbox Series X or PS5 for this particular game, and then that's what's gonna make them. All right, I get to upgrade, or I could play it on xCloud,
But
or
they
I can
don't
play it
want
on the
to.
computer. What do you mean they want to? They had it
They do,
already.
2 years is not a long
So, but why
time
would
though.
you be upset if at this point you already had 2 years of continued support? That's 2 years longer than what PlayStation 4 is going to give you.
Because
So,
now I'm not playing these new games, and now I have to fork out more money just to play those new games. When for 2 years I've been playing the same
I
thing
think you're
that
creating a problem for
everybody else.
yourself because you already
No, no,
did. Yeah,
I'm
you
telling you,
are. Because
this is going to
there's no
happen.
person that exists.
Listen,
You literally did it to yourself in 2014. You bought a 360 in 2014 and played nothing but 360 games. Now you're telling me
you're not putting context on it. Though.
I
You're
am
not
putting
putting
now you're telling
no.
me an Xbox One customer in 2020 are now just going to be suddenly upset that a new game doesn't come to that platform in 2022.
Yeah, I mean, because that's not a long time, dog. Like 2 years is not a long time.
Why'd you buy a 360 in 2014? Like, think, like,
Again,
what iPhone do you got?
11
All right, you got an iPhone 11, right? When did you
Right.
get that iPhone 11?
this year.
This year.
Yeah,
That's 2 years. Didn't this thing come out last year? The iPhone 12.
right. Right. But a new iPhone isn't coming out.
This year,
It's
it
coming
is.
out. Yeah, this year.
Yeah,
Right.
a new iPhone's coming out this year.
Right.
So,
But then again, hold on. But when the iPhone 14 and 15 come out, this iPhone 11 can still do what that iPhone 14 and 15 can do.
so can the Xbox One. The Xbox One's still
No,
gonna work.
it won't be able to play, but it won't be able to play the games 2 to 3 years from now. My iPhone 11 will be able to do and
my
play
God.
every game that the iPhone
Yo,
14
Gray,
and 15 is getting.
I think you're making this situation. I'm safe to say there's not going to be not one consumer that's going to be in that
Yeah,
position.
I mean, maybe not,
I
but
don't think there's going to be a consumer
like,
upset that they can
somebody-
that a particular game, but nobody.
if
but
you
nobody
bought an
is gonna-
Xbox One at the beginning of the gen,
Xbox
I don't.
One
Of course, you're not gonna be upset.
the Xbox One is old, and by the time somebody get this Xbox, they know it's old at this point. Somebody know. The
But not-
Xbox One
but
is
not-
old.
but not-
It's
see,
never.
there we
It's not
go.
new to anyone. It's not new. It's not a brand new platform from anyone.
Not to the consumer who's buying it this year.
What do you mean? They knew it existed for about 7 years, though. Somebody,
Yeah, but if they bought a One X this year,
Mhm.
and they're expecting to play these new games because that's the message.
they are going. See, but my thing is
No.
so
See,
hard.
okay.
Wait, this is the problem.
No,
This
I
is-
see what you. Hold on, wait.
This is the
I see
problem,
where you're going. Hold on,
telling me, hold on. You
I
have
see
an
where you're
issue
going.
with-
You're going for back catalog. That's what you're doing. You're saying, okay, you bought an Xbox One X this year, and now you have games from 2013 to 20 what is it, to 2020, right? You're going off of, well, you won't stop getting support because you have all those games from these 7 years. But the messaging is blurred, and the messaging
It's not
is
blurred.
that
They tell
these-
you it will be
for the-
supported for up to 2 years.
right.
But the thing is, who is that to? A casual person is not reading Xbox Wire. The casual person doesn't even know that this is a thing. They're buying it because either it's cheap, they got it for Christmas, they wanted one, they got it because of a particular game.
But that makes it worse.
You're blurring a casual gamer with like a hardcore gamer who just like, oh, when I got a GameCube in 2004, I wasn't mad that the Wii came out in 2006.
Right. Okay.
Like, come on.
But you knew that you weren't going to be able to play those games on the Wii. That's the whole point.
Why is it Xbox customers don't have that same rule? So just because in 2004 I got a GameCube late in the generation,
Because the
Wii came out
messaging-
two years later the Wii came out, which they were sharing games, Zelda, like Resident Evil, they were sharing games, right? My thing is, why is it okay for me to get a GameCube in 2004, you to get an Xbox 360 in 2014, somebody to buy a PS4 this year and be fine, but yet Xbox, because they're letting people know they're going to support the Xbox with their first party output for up to 2 years. That's the only difference. One person told us they're going to support the Xbox One console with its first party games for up to 2 years. If that wasn't known, you wouldn't have an issue.
Right. Okay. I can hold on. Wait. I can agree with that because it's not known. So me not knowing. That's me think. Okay. That's me saying. That's those 2 years of new games. That's me thinking. Okay. These were games that were going to come to this platform regardless. Now, after those 2 years, you got to upgrade.
So you want to be uninformed?
It's.
You want to be uninformed,
no.
so you're telling me it's bad because they know. They're
Okay,
telling you. Think about what you're saying. Xbox, because of Xbox, they told you they're going to be supporting the Xbox One console for up to 2 years, right? Mm-hmm. Usually when we go to a generation, there's no talk on it. They just cut the bitch off, right? And
Right,
it's fine.
right.
But
That
Xbox tells you, hey, we're gonna be putting games out on this thing for up to 2 years. So now you know. So now since you know, even though the casual gamer doesn't know, they would be like you in me in 2004, you possibly in 2014. They don't know. They're fine. But because they made it known, right? They made it known. It's up there. The customers and the hardcore knows, and it's like, all right, whatever. We either going to take that information and keep our Xbox Ones, or we're going to take that information and buy in the Series X anyway. That's what we're going to do. The casual gamer is going to do what they were going to do before that information, if they were going to get that information or not. They were going to buy it because of price.
Right.
So you're telling me we didn't get mad when we bought our GameCubes in 2004 and 2005. We didn't get mad when we bought our PlayStation 2s in 2005 and 2006. We didn't get mad when we bought our 360s in 2014. But somebody has a reason to be mad for buying an Xbox One in 2020.
It's all. It just comes down to the message, man. Like
there's usually no message.
But that's it though. That's
so they're
it.
telling you, but
so
that's the problem.
So if I know that if I were to go if I know that the next generation I won't be able to play those games, then it's time to move on because I won't be able to play those games.
Yeah, but that's now the case every generation. This time you got guaranteed support. Now that the casual has just bought him an Xbox One X. Let's just go with the high.
Just bought an Xbox One. Getting support. Okay, so like you said, he doesn't know. He doesn't know the messaging, right? So now he's thinking, okay, I just bought my Xbox One. Man, I'm about to have these new games coming.
He doesn't know. He's buying an old console.
But he's knowing from day to day when these new games come and he can play them until it stops.
Like the PS2, GameCube, Wii U.
But he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that.
Wait a minute.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
So you can say so the PS4.
We knew the cutoff. We knew the cutoff.
Right. So somebody buying a PS4 should be just as mad if they buy one this year, right?
Yeah. If somebody if the messaging was that that both PS4 and PS5 are going to be blurred generations.
No, they should be mad. You realize it's a problem. You're saying it's a problem because they told us they're supporting the Xbox for up to 2 years.
It's a problem because of
Xbox and all the other platforms that end generations. Xbox, tell you, we're supporting you for 2 years. PlayStation, Nintendo, they don't tell you. The new console comes out and it's just kind of whatever. It happens, and it happens. The Xbox, they're just letting you know, for 2 years, you got a 2-year window. We're gonna be putting out games that you're gonna be able to play on your Xbox if you're not ready to upgrade.
Yeah, but with the generational stop, now I know. Okay, if I want to play these games, if I want to play Spider-Man Miles Morales, I have to get a PS5. Yeah. But what Xbox is saying is, we're gonna let's just use Halo, right? The Halo Infinite, and then the next Halo come out. Oh man, I just got my Xbox One X. Bam, I'm about to play. I get to play these new Halo games, and then that third Halo comes out. Damn man, I can't play it. But I could have swore that I was playing all these new games, but now it's 3 years down the line. Now I can't play the next Halo. It's like, yo, what? It's like,
Dre, your argument.
Why support it? Why support it? That's not why support this gen with next gen.
You realize you're saying.
And I'm not talking about cross. I'm not talking about like basketball games. I'm not talking about like
fine. That's fine. But you realize you're saying the only problem is that Xbox tell you their time, the window of that they're going to be supporting that old platform.
Okay, hold on.
That's the only difference. They're telling you.
I think. Okay, hold on. I think you're getting confused. I'm not talking about the existing customer who knows that they have a 2-year window.
But the thing is, you're telling me new customers who buy and PlayStation 4, and the people who bought like GameCubes in 2004 and 2005, and people who bought 360s in 2013, 2014, they were in the same thing. The support eventually stopped. The difference now is Xbox has the information out there that they're going to be supporting it for up to 2 years. But you're saying it's a problem now because that information is out there.
If I'm a new PS4 owner, if I just got a PS4 this year, knowing that PS5 games won't work on my PS4, how can I be mad at that?
But you're mad. But you can be mad at the Xbox that they told you that they're going to support it for 2 years.
But that's me knowing though. That's that again.
You just said the PlayStation user knows. Why can't the Xbox user knows now?
That's the point. Hold on. That's the point. This is. Hold on. You're not. This. That's the point.
Why can you be mad at PlayStation for the same scenario?
If I know, the situation, then you can take it how you want because you already know.
So if you know for an Xbox, same situation. But if you don't know on Xbox, if you don't know on PlayStation, if you don't know on Wii, what? So everybody should be equally mad then. If you don't know, because remember, you know how short the lifespan of the Wii U was. You know how short the lifespan of the original Xbox was. Come on.
So you're saying if I just bought a new PlayStation 4, knowing that PS5 games aren't going to work on PS4, that I should be upset?
No, I'm saying is you created this situation where their messaging is a problem because after 2 years, for 2 years we reeled them in on Xbox One playing next generation games on Xbox One, and then after 2 years they're stopped, and then that's like a bait and switch. It's a problem. That's what you're saying. But you're saying
to the unknowing customer.
But that could be a situation that happens. It's a situation that happens every generation because people buy consoles at the end of their generation. There's people that bought GameCubes in 2005, people that bought 360s in 2014, people that bought PlayStation 5 this year, not PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 this year. I mean, to assume that eventually they're going to find out the new console is coming or available.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I don't get it. I don't understand what Xbox is doing that makes it problematic by giving you a timeline, a transparent timeline. Everybody else doesn't. It's not typical or normal that you have a timeline or it just either happens. It happens over time. We know by default for at least a year and a half, everybody is supporting multiple platforms, with the exception of the first-party studios. It's usually only first-party studios that will make the generation exclusive to help show off their new console. But third parties typically supporting it for about a good year or two because there's too much money to pass up on to not put those games on that install size. But this time around, we're in the same scenario. It's just only Xbox is letting us know like, hey, your shit's gonna work, and the people that they're communicating to are existing Xbox customers. If you're not an Xbox customer and hasn't been an Xbox customer during this entire gen, I'm not gonna say you're shit out of luck because you're still, at the end of the day, you still getting a 2-year value on a console you bought for dirt cheap. At this point, you got the console for dirt cheap.
Right. I don't know. I just think that for the new customer, I think for the new customer, it's that I can see where they would be upset after 2 years and just getting cut off of the new games.
I get where you're coming from, but I just don't see anybody being upset for the simple fact because we've both experienced this. I got a GameCube. Didn't get a GameCube until 2004. They announced the Nintendo Revolution in 2005, and they ended up coming out with a Wii in 2006. Mm-hmm. The Xbox, I never owned the Xbox. I waited until the Xbox 360 to jump into Xbox. PlayStation, I stuck with until the 360 came out. And then ever since the 360 consoles I've been buying has been like day one, pretty much. I've been buying or at least within the launch window. So I feel like there's too many examples of people who've purchased consoles late in the generation, and it hasn't been a problem. They either upgrade or they don't. They buy, if they waited until 7 years into the generation to buy the console. Who says they're going to turn around and buy an Xbox Series X or a PS5 the first year in? They might wait another 4 or 5 years. Those are those ones who has to have a device in the house just for fun. Like, I bought my daughter an Xbox Sad. Me personally, I know a next generation was coming out this holiday. They got those consoles this past holiday. I knew next generation consoles was coming this holiday, but what the heck do like? She plays like 3 types of games that's probably going to be on every platform. It does, like, I'm like, it is what it is. They no longer making the Sad, the console she has. Now I still have an opportunity to get my son an Xbox, and if I get an Xbox, I'm not giving him a next generation Xbox. I'm gonna get the One S. I don't care, and they're gonna stop. They're eventually gonna stop making games for it, but I'm not worried about buying brand new games for my kids. You gotta think about the people that are buying these consoles now aren't people that's like, man, I can't wait till the next Xbox come out.
So you're saying for the new customer, right? They should, so when these games stop being supported, and if they want to play the new game, they just gotta go out and get a Series X when they just got the Xbox One X.
They don't gotta do anything
to play those new games, but they want to play them.
They didn't buy anybody's buying the Xbox now ain't buying it to buy these all these new games that's coming out in 2021 and 2020. They're buying it
because they can play them on the Xbox One X though.
They can.
In 20,
that's the benefit. That's
2021,
that's
2022.
Xbox protecting that new customer's investment. This is the reason why they're being discontinued. You're not going to be able to buy an Xbox One this fall. You're not.
Yeah, but now you're telling them to buy.
You're not telling them anything.
If they want to play the new games, that's not being supported anymore. You got to upgrade.
You're talking about 2 years from now. You're talking about the person that's buying a console today who might not even play it 8 months from now. Who might not even play 8 months from now.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
You're talking about somebody who might not even be playing the thing this time next year. They're just buying. Like, I think you're putting too much. Like,
hold on. Okay, put it like this: a person buys an Xbox One X just for Halo, right?
Yeah.
Want to play Halo. Mm-hmm. 3 years from now, they can't play Halo on their One X. Now they gotta spend.
You're positioning the situation wrong. You're positioning the situation. If somebody buys an Xbox One X to play Halo Infinite, well, hopefully they already bought it because they're not going to be able to buy an Xbox One X.
Not Halo Infinite, the Halo that's coming out, let's say 2023,
I don't
24.
think there's going to be a Halo in the next 3 years. It took them 5
let's
years to make this game.
Let's just say hypothetically, man. Let's just say I bought me a One X because I want to play Halo.
But you're not buying. They had to buy it used at this point.
Oh, okay, whatever.
But at that point, it's not their fault. Then it's not Microsoft's fault at that point. If you buy an Xbox One X used in 2021 or 2022, no. Think about what you're saying. We already told you the Xbox One X and the Xbox One Sad are discontinued as of now.
Okay,
you can only get an Xbox One S, right?
Okay.
You're telling me if somebody buys an Xbox One X for not Halo Infinite, but Halo Infinite 2.
No, okay, no.
Pretty much you're saying.
No, hold on. They get to play Halo Infinite because it's cross whatever, right?
Yeah.
But the one in 2023, 24, they can't play that one. And now they're upset because now they gotta buy after just spending, okay, let's say a used One X is like $250, whatever. So now they gotta spend $500.
What is your point? What is your point? Should Xbox stop off support immediately, or they should keep support for the entire generation? That it just doesn't stop at all.
I think they should just do traditional generations, man.
But you would still be in the same situation where somebody buys an Xbox One today, but worse. It's just that they stop. There's no more games. They buying it with the backlog. They're buying the backlog.
But at least they know that for me to play the new Halos, I have to upgrade. If they bought one, if it's a traditional generation, and they just bought a One X to play Halo, and they know that the next one they can't play Halo, I mean that's on them at that point. But that's not the messaging, though.
The messaging is 2 years. They put a time on it.
not for the new customer.
Dude,
That's
you
not.
can't do that.
That's not the message.
You're changing it. You're changing.
No, no.
You said
Just,
if that same customer, if Microsoft stops support, let's say they don't do this 2-year commitment and they stop support, and that same new customer buys the Xbox One, now it's their problem. But because
that is a problem.
but it's not their problem if Xbox stops support 2 years from now.
They don't know. Oh, okay. Oh, which scenario are we going off of? Are we going off of they know that the 2 years is a cutoff, or they don't know that the 2 years is a cutoff?
It does. Somebody's going to tell them. They know. They know. You buying the Xbox in 2020, you know. Like you're buying a bargain console. This is not a $400 console anymore. They're buying a bargain console, man.
Hey man, $200 is a lot of money to some people who just obviously they waited this long, you know. So $200 could be a lot of money to them. Now you're telling them they gotta spend $500.
I think a lot of people are really I think are being inconsistent with their message and their thoughts on this. I think they're making it harder. I feel like you're making it harder for yourself to I don't think there's one person I would know would be upset that they bought an Xbox One S for $100 and then 2 years from now, when Xbox released their last game that works for it, suddenly has a problem. Like, think about all the people that got no more Kinect games. Come on, man. Like, I was a Kinect user.
I mean, Kinect
that's an example that just happened. Everybody who bought an Xbox One in the first year had a Kinect.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't got a game since 2014.
Yeah, but
no.
But you're going an entire generation though with a lot of games though.
All right, this is where we got to end the show because that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
What is ridiculous about having a traditional generation?
There's nothing wrong with having a traditional generation, but you're saying the customer is worse off with Microsoft extending their generation for that person that bought an Xbox and from 2017 to 2020. They're extending the generation for them, but you're saying that's more problem than them killing it right away.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold up. Put it like this. Hold up. Put it like this. The new Xbox One user, do you think that he's just going to play his Xbox One only for 2 years?
He's gonna play it for as long as he has it. The life of your console doesn't stop working with the last game release.
Okay.
Like so they're gonna play as long as he's like he's not gonna like, oh man, I'm gonna get rid of my Xbox because they haven't released another game for it. So he's either gonna naturally upgrade or get the next thing with the new game. Like we typically buy new consoles, man. Like what?
Hold up. But then, hold up. First of all, they're not looking to upgrade because they're playing these. Well, hold up. Okay.
Remember, you're assuming you got to go based off this year that they bought it because they're not buying this console next year or the year after that because it won't exist.
Right. So if they bought it this year and they plan on playing it for let's say 7 years, right?
Really?
Oh, come on, man! You can't do that because that's some people might do that. So you can't say really like, oh man, because they just bought it this year. So what you think they just want to buy it this year and then next year they're gonna get rid of it? So like, okay, let's say 5 years. They had it for 5 years. Let's say they keep it for 5 years, right? And then they've been playing these games for 2 years, and then they wasn't thinking about upgrading because they've been playing these new games. Mind you, they're in their mind, I mean, I'm about to keep this thing for 5 years. So now they get this cutoff and like, well, shit, man. I plan on playing it for 5 years, but now I got to upgrade. Now I got to fork out $500, $600.
It won't cost $600 5 years from now.
Man, come on, man. You know what I mean.
No, but just saying. It doesn't make any sense, man. Like, yo, there might be an Xbox Series XX at that point.
Stop it, man. Stop it. You know what I mean, though. You know what I'm saying. If they plan on having it for a period of time.
The same rules apply, whether they had this timeline or not. The same rules apply. You buy a game late in a generation, that it is what it is. It's just that existing Xbox customers we know because we're talking about it. We know they're supporting it for the year. So I have the choice of keeping my Xbox One if I magically don't want to buy the Xbox Series X. A new customer, one who bought their Xbox One, I'm gonna just say whoever bought their Xbox One last Xbox One X, good longer than they expected to because they got another 2 years on it. So we're gonna act like the new Xbox. Wait. So you're assuming the new Xbox customer has been living in a cave and don't know of an Xbox Series X?
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
So why is it this like just shocker?
Hold on. First of all, because somebody's situation could not be like me and you, where we can.
So why would they need a brand new game?
Hold on.
At $60, $70.
Because they've been coming for 2 years. For 2 years. But hold up, because you're thinking that if somebody just got it this year, that in 2 years they're just going to get rid of it. That's your thought process.
No, I feel like they're just going to be playing whatever into. That's not going to make somebody. People will upgrade when they're ready. Just because the last game release doesn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna." You're throwing a casual gamer and a hardcore gamer's mentality. Like, you're talking about somebody who's going to be probably playing fucking the same game for long periods of time. Like, you're being so unfair. You know why you're being unfair?
No. Because you're boxing the casual gamer into
you're buying an Xbox One in 2020, that's
1 to 2 games, and that's all they're gonna play.
Yes.
Come on, you can't.
My uncle plays 2 games.
You can't do that, man.
Bro,
because
you're being unfair, though. You're saying it's a problem giving them a window, 2-year window, versus shutting them off immediately. If they shut them off immediately, there's no problem, no harm done. It is what it is. But by extending their life with their current console, now it's a problem. That's what you're saying.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
Would you rather not have access? Would you rather not have access to Halo Infinite on your Xbox One than to have it?
Would I rather not have it?
Would you rather not have access to Halo Infinite on your Xbox One?
No, I would rather have it.
But because
if I know it's coming, I know that Halo Infinite is coming to the Xbox One.
Yeah, but you're against them extending it because it's going to, by the time they finally do shut it off in 2 years, the first party support for Xbox, which you're assuming this person is just a big fan of Xbox One games. So you're saying, but it's going to be a problem. It's not a problem now, but it'll be a problem in 2 years. But if they stop support now, no problem. If they stop support in 2 years, problem.
If the mindset going in is that they don't.
It's either wrong or right. It's either right or wrong.
Oh, come on, man.
It's either right or wrong. We can't, because that's like, I don't know how every human being is going to react. Like, you can't be like, oh, to the consumer, you can't say it's bad that they bought a console that's getting support for 2 years, because most people who's buying typically consoles during a generational year, that's it. They're playing backlog titles.
Okay. I remember you saying something about a parent buying the console, right? Okay, let's say that parent buys that kid the console, right? Mm-hmm. That kid plays whatever, right? Mm-hmm. That kid wants to play the new Halo in 2024, right? Ask mom to get that new Halo, right? Mm-hmm. Mom goes to the game store. I want that new Halo for 2024, right?
Yep.
Sorry, ma'am, can't do that. That new Halo doesn't play on your son's Xbox. Now you have to buy a $500 console.
Dude, once again, this argument makes no sense because the Xbox is not going to be $500 in 2024.
But,
it won't be. It'll be the same price at that point.
What was the price of when did these consoles get a price cut?
Xbox got a price drop in June of 2014.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay. But you never know. We're just speaking hypothetically.
Hypothetically,
I don't know.
I feel like your stance against supporting it is kind of just is asinine, because you're saying it's wrong for the consumer. You're saying it's bad for the consumer that they support the Xbox One, not the Xbox Series X consumer. It's bad for the Xbox One consumer that they support it for an additional 2 years rather than cutting it off immediately, so they just know like it's just all right. I got to buy a new one. That it just I just think
because that's the way it's been. Though. That's just.
But who is it hurting?
that's just the way it's been. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but people still bought the consoles late into their generation. That's not going to. My thing is, it's no more of a problem now than it is there. It's just that if you know it's going to be supported for 2 years, hey, I actually got 2 good years out of this old ass console. When I bought GameCube in 2004, I got 2 good years out of it, but I didn't know I had 2 good years out of it. It just so happened I was like, oh shit, next generation, and I wanted to be on there. I wanted to be there day one.
Yeah, and
So
you
that's
went
me.
into
As a kid, I just had it. I got it in 2004, and I got like maybe 5 good games that I just really that I enjoyed with that GameCube before the GameCube was over. But
okay, but and did you know that those games were only for the GameCube?
No, because what happened was a lot of these games were showing up for GameCube and Wii.
Which games?
The biggest game, Zelda, was cross. I could have gotten either the Wii or I could buy it for GameCube. I think I purchased it for GameCube.
But you could have bought it for the Wii though, right?
But I could have bought the Wii. I didn't buy the Wii. I didn't like it
So
because it didn't have a traditional controller.
So that was your choice of
My choice.
Either moving to next gen or stay in the current gen.
Yep.
Right?
Like the choice I got now.
Right. So you know that once you move on, that's it. But this new player doesn't know that because he's still playing those new games that's coming out for 2 years.
Dre, I gotta go. Guys, let me know in the comment section your thoughts. Do you agree with Dre that supporting the Xbox One for 2 years is bad for the consumer, or do you think knowing that having that security blanket is pretty much a good way for the consumer to protect their investment and get the good 2 years out of the Xbox One? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I got to get out of here. It's been a pleasure, Dre. We're going to talk again.
Thanks for having me. We doing the July right?
July events. So next week we have the Planet Xbox prediction show, Planet Xbox Live reaction on Thursday, and then a review on Friday. All right. As always, guys, Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. Peace.
Peace.